Hey guys, and welcome back. So today I'm gonna do my second installment in my kind of makeup organization declutter videos. The first one was my eyeshadow palettes, and you guys really seem to enjoy it. It has a ton of views, which I was super surprised about, but very happy because this makes, organizing and decluttering my makeup a little bit more fun, even though it makes me very sad as well. So today we're gonna do foundations, and this bucket's really heavy. And these are all my foundations. I have quite a few. Foundation is another thing that I really just love to try, so I'm always trying new things. And it gets a little out of hand sometimes. So we're going to go through these. I'm going to talk about some of my favorites, some of my not favorites. Hopefully I will get rid of more than two, because that was my accomplishment in my eyeshadow palette video. I only got rid of 2 eyeshadow palettes. I mean, I didn't get rid of them. I passed them along to a friend, and then I think one of them I actually did throw away because it was crumbling and it was really old. But it was like a little mini one, so. But yeah, so we're just going to get right into this. So the first thing on top is actually a foundation sample, and I recently just got this from Sephora. It's the Fenty Beauty foundation, and I've only used it once so far. I need to use it again. So I liked it the first time I used it. I don't really have much to say about it because I only used it once and wore it for like 4 hours, so because I was going out. So yeah, I need to keep using this. I don't know why it was even in here, but okay. So moving on. So I'm just going to randomly pick in here. And the first thing I picked up is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup. Do you see how different this color is of my skin? So I bought this a summer ago, last summer. And because I really wanted to try it, I really wanted something that was just kind of lightweight, was going to give me some nice light coverage and not be too heavy on my skin for summer. And I really like the formula, but the color is pretty dark. And I guess when you blend it out, I mean, it's not horrible. I don't know if you guys can really see that. Everything's kind of getting washed out by this lighting, because it does kind of sheer out a lot when you blend it in. But I can really only use this when I'm at my tannest, or like when I have a tan, because it's obviously pretty dark. But I do really like this. I actually went to Sephora like twice to try and get color matched, and both times they used that thing on me, and that thing just never works for my skin. I don't know what it is. Let me know if you guys have this problem. I get much better matches when someone does it by eye or when I do it myself, rather than when they use that like number thing. I don't know what it is, but I went back twice, I exchanged this twice, and this is still the color I have. So, I mean, it's not bad. I can use it, I can make it work. I do really love the formula, so I don't know. It says this only has a shelf life of 6 months. I still use it. I don't know. I never really knew that makeup, I mean, obviously, like, everything has an expiration date, I guess, but, like, I didn't know that makeup really did until recently. Okay, moving on. So I have this the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and this is in the color Ivory. Oh, this was in color 5, by the way. So this is Ivory. This is super, super light and super yellow on me. So when I bought it, they didn't have any colors really out yet. And I wanted it so badly, so I just, like, the girl matched me best she could, and, like, it worked, but, I mean, it blends in kind of with my skin. Well, it looks like it blends in right now because this is getting so washed out. But it's, like, a little bit too yellow, so I do really like it. Someday I want to go back and, I do want to go back and try it in a different color. I've had this for so long. This has a 12-month like shelf life, and I think I've had this since I was in college. So at least 2 years. I probably should get rid of this, but the packaging is so pretty, and I just want to try it again so badly. So because this is something that I want to retry and I want to remember that, I may keep this in my collection just as a reminder to myself, like, hey, you need to create a new color. When you start using up some of this stuff, go try it out. So that's like in the maybe pile. Alright. So next up we have my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I love this foundation. The shade is a little light because I got it when I was like really pale in this winter. But it's actually not too bad now that I'm looking at it. Like, you can even see that. It's actually going to be perfect for me right now. I may have to bronze my skin up a little bit, but I love this foundation. I know some people were a little mad at it because it's not really luminous. Like, it's more of a satin finish, which I really love. I love something in between. I love a foundation that's kind of in between and is going to make me look not like completely matte, but also not like a shiny mess. So I like this finish. I really love it. Next up is the Mellyns Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. And we recently bought this when we did our Mellyns Full Face. I liked this. I liked the finish. It won't come out. There it goes. The color choice is hard. They have a weird selection of colors, so it's a little dark for me. But in the summer, like when I have a tan, it actually works for me. So this isn't something that I can really use right now, but it'll go into my summer foundation bin. My skin changes so much in the summer. Like, I spend a lot of time outside and we have a pool, so I like to sit out there, and I get pretty tan when I'm out in the sun a lot. So I have to have like 2 different like bins of foundation. Like, it's ridiculous. Alright. I have a feeling I'm not going to get rid of anything. Alright, next up is this Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and this was one of the first like high-end foundations I ever used. I loved it. It was my holy grail foundation back in high school. And then a few years after I started using it, they actually changed the formula. Sad. And I don't really like it. For whatever reason, when it's on my skin, like, you know, a lot of foundations will like kind of absorb into the skin, and when you touch your face, like, you pull your hand away and there's nothing there, because, you know, foundation's supposed to stay on your face and not come off every time you touch yourself or touch your face. That sounded weird. This doesn't do that. Every time I would go to touch my face, like, makeup would come off, and no matter what I did, I could not fix it. Like, no matter how much I set my face, like if I used a setting or like a primer, like a tacky primer, if I used setting spray, like, nothing that I used kept this on my face, and it made me so sad and so mad because I really did love this foundation before they reformulated it. I swear, when they used that thing on me, what? So I think I'm going to declutter this. I mean, there's really not that much in here. Like, you can see on the bottle, there's like empty spaces, and I'm pretty sure the product is like down here. I used a lot of this because I did not want to believe that it wasn't going to work for me anymore. So next up is this NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint Broad Spectrum SPF Sunscreen in the shade Alaska. And oh my gosh, why am I a savage? It's so gross. So again, this was something that, like, it came out and I went to Sephora and I saw that it was new and I was like, I need to have that. And then I used it like 4 times and then was like, on to the next thing. But I really want to try and use this again. There's not really, maybe I did use it more because it doesn't sound like there's that much in there. So we're going to put that in the keep pile. The next is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation, and I really like this foundation. It's one of my favorites, although sometimes when my skin is really dry, I have to be careful because it can tend to look powdery on me. I have 2 shades in it. This is for when I'm a little bit darker, this is for when I'm light, and I do really like this foundation, so I think I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep both. But I really like NARS products. Their foundations are really good. It's one of my favorite brands, so I cannot part with these. I do like using this every once in a while, so I'm going to keep those. Wow, this video is not going well. Okay, onto a foundation that I really don't like. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Longwear Liquid Foundation, and this is in the color 2. Like, I don't understand how you go from 5 to 2. Like, and I bought this because I wanted something that was a little bit more full coverage. I've been going through a period where I was breaking out a lot and I had a lot of issues with my skin, and I was like, I need something that's going to give me a little bit more full coverage. This is so light. I want something full coverage, and the girl recommended this, and I didn't really know much about it. I had never really tried it before, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? But it's a little bit too much for my skin. The consistency is really thick and creamy, which is not usually something that I go for. Even though I like sometimes a full coverage, I like foundations that are a little bit lighter, like the new YSL All Hours foundation, but we'll get into that. So this just like didn't really work for me, and the color was way too light. I think if it had been the right color and just using a little bit, it would have been fine, but because it was so light on my skin, it just made me look like a ghost. So I'm a little disappointed that, like, this wasn't the right color, but what are you gonna do? Shit happens. So I don't really know what to do with this because I didn't use it all that much. Maybe I'm trying to think if I have a friend that I can pass this along to. just because I feel so bad like throwing these things away. Obviously like the Too Faced one I would probably just toss because I've had it for so long, but some of these other ones, like, I don't know, it's so hard. Okay, on to another drugstore foundation. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and this is in the shade Buff Bisque, and I actually love this foundation. It's really pretty on the skin. It's probably one of the best, that's not how you open it, best drugstore foundations I've ever used. The only thing I don't love about it is this little spatula thing. Like, I wish it had a pump. But other than that, I really like it. I think it's really pretty. It's light. It's nice and light on the skin, but it gives you like a good medium coverage. So, and this is one of the only drugstore foundations that doesn't break me out. Oh, so this bad boy, this is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. There is nothing hydrating about this, let me tell you. So this is the color 1.2, and when I bought this, I was like, oh, like, it's gonna be long lasting, and the consistency feels like it's gonna be like a nice buildable medium coverage, and it's hydrating. What more could you want? This is not hydrating, people. There's nothing about this that is hydrating. It made my skin look so dry, and like the consistency is pretty nice. Like, you'd think that this was something that I would like really like, because it's like the consistency that I normally go to, like in between like a thick creamy and like a liquid. It's like kind of like a mashup. I don't really know how to describe that. And the color worked out really well. The color looked really nice on my skin, but for some reason, like, it just made my skin look dry in places. So I do want to keep this and give it another try. Smashbox is a great brand. I do wish this was a little more hydrating, but maybe now that my skin is in a better place, it'll look better. And I've only had this since last winter, and it has a 2-year date on it, so I'm keeping this bad boy. Oh, this is my baby. I love this foundation. I have it on right now. So this is the YSL All Hours Foundation. It's up to 24-hour wear, it's flawless matte, it's full coverage, and it's oil free. I don't know what they did with this foundation, but it is amazing. It is the best foundation I have ever used, and I'm in the color B40. This is what it looks like. It is full coverage, but it sits on your skin like skin. Like, it doesn't look like you have makeup on, it doesn't look dry in places, it doesn't look like a cakey mess, it just looks like skin. I'm looking at myself in my mirror over here being like, okay, am I speaking the truth? Like, does this actually look good? And it really does. Like, even my mom compliments, my sister uses it too, Lynn, and even my mom compliments us on it when we wear it. She's like, oh, like, your skin looks really good. And my mom is a tough critic because she is very into makeup too. So this is a really good foundation. If you are looking for something that is full coverage, that is matte, that's going to stay all day, I would definitely check this out. Moving on. What do we got? Okay. Oh gosh, I just threw that. So next up are my IT Cosmetics CC Your Skin But Better CC Plus creams. And I have the illuminating one in medium, and I have the original one in light. I used to love these things. Like, these are my go-to. Like, I was obsessed with these. But recently, I wore it the other day, and recently they haven't been looking the best on my skin, and I don't really know why. I will say I can use these more in the summer when my skin is a little bit more, it's not oily, but like, it's not as dry as it is in the like fall and winter when it starts getting cold. So I do like these more in the summer too, because they have like SPF 50, which I feel like in the winter I do like to still have an SPF, but not that high in my makeup. So I don't know what's been going on with my skin recently, but it has not been reacting well to these, so which makes me really sad because I really like them. I mean, with one pump you get a nice sheer to medium coverage, with 2 pumps you get full coverage, but they still feel light on the skin. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep these in my collection obviously because they are amazing. Maybe they're just getting old, but I really haven't had them that long. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna put these aside for a little bit and take them out of my like drawer where I have my like current favorites, and you know, pull them out in a month or two and try it again and see if it was just my skin at the moment doing that or what's up. But I did really used to like these. I love IT Cosmetics. They have some really great products. This is the Chanel Vita Lumiere Aqua Ultra Light Skin Perfecting Sunscreen Makeup. That's a mouthful. So I have it too here, and I have it in beige 30 and beige 40. I used to use these like all the time, like religiously. It's a very light consistency, but you get a very nice like medium coverage with them, and it's like one little squirt and you can cover your entire face. Like, it's a really amazing product, which is a good thing because it's $50 for this little itty bitty thing. I do really like this. I actually recently pulled this back out. It had been in my basket like underneath, and I recently put this back in my favorites drawer because I wanted to try it again. And these are both like pretty much almost empty, but I just wanted to use them up and, you know, get them out of my drawer. So I do really like these. If you're looking for a luxury foundation that's very lightweight on the skin, I would definitely check this out. It's not full coverage, it's more of a medium coverage, but they're really, really nice. And this is the NYX foundation stick. I used this, I think, in our full face NYX, I want to say. And I had been like going through this thing where like I wanted to try stick foundations because of the Hourglass one. I have that's coming up, and I really, really like it, and I want to try other ones. But I don't know, this one was like okay, so I think I'm going to pass this along. So moving on, we have the NARS, what is this? All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. And I used quite a bit of it. Now you can't see because I shook it around, but if you, there's like the line right here. So I'd say that's pretty good for a foundation. Check this out. It's so watery. Look at how watery that is. It's the weirdest consistency in the world, and the color like really doesn't match me at all. I liked it, but to be honest, it kind of made my skin look really powdery and dry. You'd think like a weightless, like watery foundation wouldn't do that, but it did. And the color wasn't really right, so I think I'm gonna put this in my maybe pass along pile. So now we have the Bare Minerals. This is the powder foundation. I've had this forever. This is a medium tan. I actually still use this, oh god, as like a bronzer because it is pretty dark. But I do really like this. I like using it as like a bronzer or contour powder, so I'm gonna keep this. Next up we have my Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation. That's what it looks like. I think I just talked about this in my favorites video. And I like this for like easy on the go coverage. It's really nice. It's lightweight on the skin. It doesn't break me out, so like that's a plus. I really like this, so I'm obviously gonna keep this. I just talked about this in a favorites video. Alright. Oh, next up, we'll talk about my Hourglass stick foundation since I just mentioned them. I have two colors. I have Nude and Porcelain. And so this one is like my darkest skin tone. I don't know if you can really see that. And this one is like my lightest. I can tailor these to whatever my skin looks like at the time, which is really nice. They have an amazing selection of colors. I really like the formula. It doesn't like dry my skin out at all or make it look cakey. But it is really good, like medium to full coverage. These are very buildable. I really, really like them, especially like on the go and stuff, because you just go whoot, 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 then just like blend it and you're good to go, like run out the door. So I really like those. Obviously I'm going to keep them. They've been in my like favorites drawer since I bought them, so I cannot part with them. Okay, so we're gonna try and finish filming this video. I was halfway through my video and my camera died for no apparent reason. So sorry if the lighting is a little bit darker. It's a little bit later in the day. It's much later in the day actually. It's like almost, it's 4:30, and when I first started filming this video it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. So a little bit of a time change, but we're just gonna jump right back into where I left off. So I think the last product that I was talking about was the Benefit Flawless, what is this? Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow Foundation. I bought this over the summer. I really, really like it. It's a very lightweight feel, but it gives me a little bit more coverage than say like a BB cream or like a tinted moisturizer, which is what I normally use during the summer because I like that lightweight feel. So I really like using this during the summer. I just bought this, so obviously I'm going to keep it. Moving on to like a BB cream tinted moisturizer kind of thing that I've been really loving this past few months in the summer especially is the Givenchy Tint Couture Balm. So this is a blurring foundation balm, and it has sunscreen, and it also has like some skincare stuff in it that's supposed to help like soothe your skin and stuff. So I really, really like this stuff. I think this bottle is only like $45, which I didn't think was bad for like a luxury brand. And I really, really like this. It's lightweight on the skin, like I said, but this is more of like a lightweight coverage. So that's why I bought this. So this is a little bit more like medium coverage. And these definitely have like a very similar texture, so you're going to get that super lightweight feel. So obviously I'm keeping that as well. So next up, I have the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. And this is in the color Buff Beige, which is really, really dark. When I bought this, the shade range at the store that I was at wasn't good. Like, they said that this was the lightest shade that there was, which I'm pretty sure that's not true. Like, I don't know if the thing was just messed up or the, like, display or whatever, but so I bought it to try it, and I do really like the formula. So I might have to bring this out and try it again, although I don't know if I can make this color work. So I'm gonna keep this one too because I can't throw anything away. So the next foundation is this. What is this? Oh, this is the YSL Fusion Ink Foundation. So this is, I used this a lot 2 summers ago, or last summer, not this past summer, but the last summer. It's just this really light, like, water-based foundation. It has, like, this little spatula thing, which annoys the heck out of me because it's so messy. But I don't even know if you can see this. But it's just, like, super, super lightweight. It has this very watery consistency. And I was really looking for something like that when I bought this. Because I just wanted something super lightweight. It also makes your skin feel so soft. I love it. I do still really, really like this foundation. I don't love the, I mean, do you see how messy that is? I don't love the packaging, but again, like, I'm going to keep this because A, it was expensive, and B, I do like the consistency. Oh, I love the smell too. It might be a little dark for me, like, in the middle of winter because I get so pale, but it's definitely something that I can go back and use when I have a little bit of a tan. Next up is the Cover FX Natural Finish Oil-Free Foundation, and this is in the shade N25. I really like this, actually. I bought this last November. So it's a little bit light for me, which is why it kind of went on the back burner for a little bit in summer when I got really tan. But it's a really, really pretty finish. It's super lightweight on the skin. Are you sensing a trend? I like lightweight foundations. And it does. It gives you just this very natural finish. It doesn't look very dry and matte, or it doesn't look very luminous. It's just kind of an in-between, which is my favorite. It looks like skin. So I really like this. This is a great way for me too to find products that have kind of gotten lost in my collection and move them back to the forefront so I can start using them again. Look at that. Okay, so next up is the Dior Forever Skin, that's what this is called, right? Perfecting Makeup. Dior Skin Forever Perfecting Makeup. And this is a foundation that everyone was talking about, I feel like, a few months ago, or like in the winter, I don't really know. And Lyn had bought it, but she bought the wrong color. So then, when she bought the new color, instead of returning this one, she gave it to me because it matched me. Because she's just good like that. She's a great sister. I love her. So I got to try this out, and I really, really like it, actually. Again, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the new YSL one that I was talking about. It's full coverage, but it's still pretty lightweight and doesn't look like cakey or anything. So next up is the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation, as well it looks like. I think I used this once. It's 24-hour full coverage, transfer resistant matte finish. I like that it said it was transfer resistant, which is why I bought it, but I don't know. I bought it and I just got sidetracked with like a bunch of other things. I pumped out way too much, so. And it is like, it's a lot heavier than the foundations that I'm used to wearing, so I just kind of put it off to the side and was like, not sure how I feel about that. But I do want to try and keep using this because it's all over my hand. Because I do love Kat Von D products, and I just want to give it like a fair chance. Like, I only used it one time, so I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm going to try and use it a few times and then decide really what I'm going to do with it. Moving on. So next up we have this Tarte powder foundation. I have not used it yet, so I feel like I need to. My biggest problem is I don't know how to successfully use powder foundations, so let me know if you guys have any tips or tricks about using powder foundations, because I would really like to give this product a try. Okay, we're down to our final 3. We're going to talk about this, the love of my life right now, other than my YSL. Shh, I know. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. I just did a video on this in the eyeshadow palette. I love this stuff. It's amazing. The finish is amazing. Comfort matte. It's incredible. It's like my perfect matte, because while it's matte and it stays put and it doesn't like, it's transfer resistant, it doesn't make me look powdery and cakey, so I really like that. It's oil-free, 14-hour wear, and photo-friendly, and it smells amazing. So I really love this. I think this is like one of my favorite Too Faced products. So this is the Becca, I don't even know what this is, Aqualuminous Perfecting Foundation in the shade Light. Let me tell you about this foundation. I was so excited about it because I love Becca. And this cool little pumpy thing, I was like, hell yeah. And the shade is like an okay color. I'd say it's like a light medium, which is fine. Like, I can make it work for my skin tone, but if you're like truly a light skin tone, like, you might have issues with this. But that's not my problem. Like when I would wear this on my skin, like it feels so nice. It feels lightweight when you're like first like touching it, and it feels like it's like gonna be very luminous. It feels like it's gonna be amazing, and then you put it on your skin, and for some reason it just like sat on top of my skin and just like looked so patchy, and it clung to like all my dry places and made my nose look so dry around it. Like it does not, like no matter what you do, it does not blend into the skin. It just sits on top of it. Like no matter how much blending you do, it just sits there. And I don't know, I've used countless primers, I've done everything. I don't know how else to try and make it work. So this is probably my least favorite foundation I have ever tried in my life. Which is sad because Becca has such amazing products. Okay, and last but not least, certainly not least, I don't know what I'm trying to say, is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup. And we bought this to do a duper dupe video with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Apparently they were supposed to be very similar, and I think we found that they were pretty similar, like coverage-wise and finish-wise. And honestly, like, I like my Giorgio Armani better, so like obviously I'm gonna reach for that. So I think I'm gonna pass this along. Because it was okay, but I mean I have the Giorgio Armani one, so I'd prefer to use that. And again, the color selection I did was not well off. So I feel like overall that was pretty good. Way better than my eyeshadow palette collection / declutter video. We did much better, but I still have way too many foundations in my collection. Is that going to stop me from buying more though? Probably not. There's already like 10 on my list that I want to buy. That new Clinique one, the Healthy Glow, the Better Glow, whatever that one is, I want to try that so badly. But yeah, so that was my foundation declutter video. Let me know if you guys want me to continue this series. I certainly enjoy it because it helps me go through my makeup and find things, again, that I had forgotten about, and also sometimes throw things away. So let me know if you want to keep seeing these videos. But thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed some parts of this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And yeah, that's it. So I guess I'll see you in our next video. Bye guys!